So today we're in the heart of West Sussex in Haywards Heath. I'm joined here with Ashley from the Tile People. So Ash, tell us about the Tile People. How did it all start and what is your background being the owner of the business?
So the Tile People started about 25 years by my dad, and he used to be a cabinet maker, and then someone came to him and said, do you want to sell tiles? And it all stemmed from there. So I remember taking the keys to this building when I was very young. Don't know name and age, but when I was very, very young. And I remember riding around here on the forklift and thinking I was the nuts driving around an empty warehouse in a forklift. And obviously over the years, I came into the business about 10 years ago, but it has been my life and soul since I was this big. And I love it. I love it. I love tiles, as sad as it may sound, but it is my life. It's been my life for as long as I can remember. And I'm passionate about what I do. And we like to use our tiles, our knowledge, our contacts to provide and help people create beautiful living spaces. Because we understand that purchasing tiles in this day and age is a very daunting experience for the average homeowner. Yeah. So we just want to hold the hand on the journey really and help them out as best as we possibly can.
It makes perfect sense. And it's obviously great you have a showroom here in Haywards Heath. People will come along and visit you guys. What makes you stand out from the crowd?
We're independent, so we hand pick the tiles that we display and show, which is sometimes very difficult. Sometimes we get it right and sometimes we get it wrong. Yeah. We want to help people. We don't want to, I did a video on LinkedIn the other day where I actually turned down a sale because what the client wanted what the client thought she wanted wasn't actually right for her.
Yeah.
So we turned down the sale and she was very appreciative of the advice that I gave her. We just want to provide that extra bit of service. We want to go the extra mile to make sure that our clients and our customers get exactly what they want.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we have a huge range of tiles. Most people that walk in here, they're like, wow, there's too much to choose from, which is obviously a good problem.
It is indeed.
Yes.
So you've always got a lot of product ranges and there's some new ones coming to stock. What prompted you about the diversification of these? Can you go into a bit of depth about the new ranges you have and the new stock coming in?
Yeah, so we decided to diversify slightly on the tiles because a lot of things like LVT and engineered oak flooring and acoustic wall panels, composite decking, exterior products for landscapers. Because I like to build relationships with people. And it's nice to be able to supply those people from under the same roof with anything they may need for surface coverings. So a lot of people, they want an engineered oak, they don't want a tile because it's cold. So if we can start supplying the engineered oak, then we could just offer more value to our customers within one roof space. Yeah. So that's the kind of idea behind it. And we like the idea of working with people to do the whole house instead of just the kitchen floor, instead of just the bathroom walls. So that's kind of why we diversified.
And are you finding that the customers are venturing into those different avenues when you're having discussions about the tiles itself? Are you then going into the other areas at that point of sale?
Yeah, well, we have a lot of customers that come to us and ask us for a specific thing. And we're really sorry, we can't do that. So we end up recommending other people. And I kind of thought it clicked one day. It was like, well, we've got the space, we've got the knowledge, we've got the relationships with people to be able to offer every surface covering in-house. So that's kind of where we're going with it. And yes, people do ask us. A lot of our clients will come back to us for this house, for that house, for their son's house, their daughter's house. Now, if we, by diversifying and offering more products, we can have more of the pie, if you like.
Yeah.
And that's kind of not in a greedy way, but in a way where we get to be more involved with the customers.
Yeah.
So that's why we done it, really.
It's good from a customer point of view, because obviously they've got one business they can get a lot more from, rather than having to go to multiple different venues. They know they can get the whole package from you guys.
Yeah.
Which is obviously a big benefit from their perspective.
Yeah, that's it.
There's obviously a lot of work going on downstairs, which I've seen. Construction of your own podcast studio, which is very exciting. What is your plans with this sort of space? Obviously, you're utilising the showroom. What is your sort of plans with this podcast area?
So the podcast for me, it's a passion project. And if anything comes from it, I like sitting down, and I find that having conversations with people is the way I learn the most. I'm passionate about the building industry. I'm passionate about the new homes and eco homes and renewable energy, and how do you get the money to purchase your first HMO. So the idea, we built a studio, and the basis of this really initially was to film our own podcast.
Yeah.
It's called Building the Dream UK. Hopefully the first series will start being dropped in early 2024. We've got some really interesting guests. But then after doing this and having conversations with other business owners, they sort of said to me, Ash, how do you do a podcast? We have no idea. We'd love to do it. We've often had it in the meetings, and we'd love to do it. We have no idea. So we're going to offer to rent the space out to local businesses for an affordable fee. And then there'll be a bolt-on package that means that we can edit the footage for them.
Yeah.
Instead of them being like, we're going to do this. So I'm really excited about it. Hopefully it will be ready, and we'll film our first episode for a local charity in there on the 21st of December.
Amazing. That sounds really exciting. Obviously, it's good for local businesses and supporting them with their space. You know, if they haven't got the expertise to utilise the ways of editing videos and having those sort of podcast spaces, they know they've got a place just around the corner here, and they can come and visit and book it out.
And that's it. And that's the plan. That's the plan. And hopefully it opens doors for me.
Yeah, exactly. Sounds great. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the viewers about the Tile People, sort of on your journey in the industry and where you guys are going to go future-proofing?
So the tile industry's changed massively in the last 5 years, and it's rapidly evolving every sort of 12 months. Now you've got large format porcelain, big wall cladding slabs, feature wallpaper, large format swimming pools now, large format tiles now going in swimming pools. We've got mosaics, we've got special pieces. Literally the list is endless. So choose us here at the Tile People for any of your tile requirements, and also engineered oak, acoustic wall panels, and exterior cladding feature walls.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, Kyco has been working with the Tile People now for a couple of months, and speaking on behalf of the team, we've really enjoyed working with you guys, not just from the digital marketing perspective, but the staff here is so good. You know, working very closely with the marketing department and yourself, the ways they're sort of experts in this space has been really refreshing from us to work with such a sort of driven team trying to work towards results. I mean, how have you found the support and communication with Kyco thus far today with myself and the team?
Actually really glad that we got the sales call, to be honest with you. We get a lot of sales call, and I'm really glad that on this day we took it. But no, I think it's an amazing platform what you've got there, and like I say, the backup and the support from you guys has been phenomenal, really. And I can see that you guys are hungry, bit like us. You're hungry to push Kyco to the next levels. And I would strongly advise any local independent companies who are struggling with automatic email marketing, data and things like that, to just get in touch with you, just have a conversation. Because I like what you're doing is you work with a pub, you work with a tile shop, you work with a garage, but you can diversify your packages of what you offer us won't be the same as what you offer a local garage or a local legal firm, for example. So that's what I really like about it. You get that personal touch. People do business with people, and I like you people.
We appreciate that. We like you too. As part of our tech stack, we implemented the QR tags sort of around the showroom. How are you using them, and what are your future ideas with them? So just for the audience, it's a little tile that we create. You can find on our website. We built a load of bespoke ones for the Tile People, and we have it dotted around the showroom. How are you guys currently using that technology?
It's a really good technology, actually. So what we do is we've got the little QR codes on most of the displays. The plan moving forward as we renovate the showroom over the next 6 to 12 months is to have these QR codes, because tiles come, you see one tile, the one behind us here, that also comes in 3 other colours.
Yeah.
Now you're not going to know that from a display. We can't do room settings of every colour in every range. So the idea is you scan or tap or take a photo of the QR code, and then when you get home, it takes you straight to the products page on the website where you can see all available colours, you can see room setting images, you can see sizes, finishes, etc. So that's the idea of it, and I think it's really, really powerful and it's really clever. We'll also have one on the outside of the podcast studio, which will take you to that website in order to see more about it and to do bookings.
Yeah.
So I think it's really powerful. It's a great way to capture data and to give people, it's more important for us, is I've never been a fan of spamming people with emails. I hate it. It drives me mad. But with the QR codes, we can see who's looking at what ranges. So we're not going to send terracotta effect tiles if they've been looking at marble effect.
Yeah.
We're not going to waste everybody's time. So we can target. It makes it better for us and it's more valuable for the customer because we can target them with exactly what they want.
That's exactly it. It's about being more, send the right message at the right time. We know they're interacting with particular, models and versions. It's the case of targeting them at the right moment when they're ready. Strike with the iron's hot, essentially.
Yeah.
That leads me on to sort of customer profiling that we've been on the website. Obviously, we've had a couple of inquiries now, and it really dives into thereafter, what pricing they're looking at, what budget they're working towards, what styling they're working towards. How have you found that addition to your website?
Yeah, it's really, really helpful because obviously we get a lot of customers come in and some might have a small budget. They might have bought a flat and they're doing up to rent it.
Yeah.
They're not going to want to buy as if they were buying for themselves.
Yeah.
So by creating these customer profiles, we can, before they've even come into the showroom to see us, we have a basic idea of, okay, they're doing an HMO, they're doing a restaurant, they're building a swimming pool. So we can then, again, it comes down to targeting them with the right products. And if we know roughly what they're looking for before they come in, we have a lot of products that aren't on display in the shop. We have a lot of products in the warehouse with samples, brochures. Now, if we know what they're looking for and it's quite unique, then we can find that before they come in so they have something to look at when they get here.
Exactly.
We try and please everybody. Obviously, you can't do it all the time, but we can do what we can do and try our best.
Yeah, this gives you a nice little head start at least because you recognise who they are, you recognise their name, you recognise exactly what they're after, and that extra sort of personal touch will really help the business as well as the customer. It makes them feel one-to-one.
That's it, and we're not selling a sandwich.
Yeah.
We're selling a high-ticket item.
Yeah.
And people have got to feel comfortable that they're buying the right products from the right place.
Yes.
And we really try and sort of help people out. And I think by using this kyco platform, we can see what people are doing. As intrusive as it may sound, we're not doing it for that. We're doing it to try and target the clients with the right information.
And help them on their journey of creating their dream space.
Exactly.
Exactly that. You sort of touched on it earlier, but I guess it's the last question to revisit. Would you recommend kyco to other businesses?
Oh, 100%. I already have reached out to 2 or 3 people that I know personally and said, look, just have a chat with Nathan. It might not be for you, but
Worth the chat at least.
if you're doing no email marketing, if you haven't got the time for it, this software and the support these guys give you will mean you can set something up and have it running in the background. It's brilliant. Do it once and it's there.
Let it run itself.
Let it run itself.
No.
Automatic email trees. It's the way forward.
It is. We really appreciate your time today.
No,
Ashley.
thanks very much. Thanks
Thanks
for
a lot.
coming in, Nathan, and thanks for your support.
Cheers, man.
We will see you in the next few days when we have more questions for you.
No doubt. Cheers.